What's ended up happening? This is unbelievable what this guy has done. This guy has opened the floodgates for the next 1,000 players. NFL teams in the next 5 years will start being sold, because what they have to do now to keep this thing going is ostracize any player who's coming in wanting that image, name, image, and likeness contract in their contract. Is the owners already want more money? It's gonna be doomed for them. They're gonna be like, there's no need of having ownerships. In the next, I'm gonna say 20 years, there will be black ownership in the NFL, simply because they're gonna say that, listen, we own the team when we could really own a team. See, now the Sanders family has been the first team who's now, as a player, owns part of the team. Now, does he legally own the team? No, but he owned the team from a stance of wherever money the team make, due to my name, image, and likeness, I'm in on, and I get a piece of it, and you guys illegally signed that contract with me so I can get in on it. So they're in a bad situation. This only can get worse. What they have to do now is cut Shedeur Sanders. They got to cut him. They got to find a way to cut him and try to act like something else. No team, trust me, if he leaves the Browns, no team you won't find no interest in him, and there won't be any interest in him. They want this situation to be a one preseason and a one and done situation. You know, they cannot let him come on and duplicate what he did Friday night and even go higher with it. Even Tom Brady and the Raiders said, hey, no, we don't want no parts of that, because the ownership did know about this clause inside of his contract, and they knew where it can lead to. It can lead to just like the situations with the Michael Jordan and Nike. Anything that has anything to do with this shoe right here, I want in. So much so to where now he's done, he has a whole Air Jumpman type of shoe, which that company is producing for him, and he's making the majority of the money on it. And these owners are fearing what happens when we got 3 to 4 to 5 players on our team that has this type of popularity. What happens when the best teams and the best guys out there, and I want them on my team, but they want to get paid some of this money? I can't sign him, and I can't sign him, and I can't sign him. Only an owner in which is ready to share their money with those players, their money, the owner's money. That's where this stuff is coming from. The owners now have to say, hey, I got to give some of my money to Shedeur. That's why Hassel, the owner there, said, look, I had nothing to do with what he had to come out and do. Per the other 31 owners, he had to come out and tell the other owners, I had nothing to do with this, guys. I was on par to do what we said we was going to do behind the closed doors and on the secret phones and texts that we had, and how we was going to do this thing. But I got pushed so much against the wall by my general manager, and my general manager could have went another way with it and said, listen, as an owner, you're doing general manager things, and I can't succeed at my job because you're doing my job. But he's on the hot seat. He's on the hot seat. He probably will be fired. He himself will not get another after the Browns. He's a sacrificial lamb. The GM for the Browns most definitely was a sacrificial lamb. He will not get another job in the NFL after this one, and not this year, but next year to the end of the year. I do see him getting fired, and by then they would have thought of some reason to get Shedeur Sanders out the league and never to return. And what they're going to try to do now is make sure with every contract that they look at that it doesn't have that in there. So what the push is going to have to be is that those players that have great, like my man from, I think the next Manning boy coming out here, he needs to push to have the NIL prime equity in his contract. He has to push hard for it and make the NFL do him the same way. But see what's going to happen, just like Jordan, just like the shoes. They know that after a while, you're going to be able to smell something in the room, and they're not going to be able to ostracize all the players like that. But this Manning guy, you heard it here first. He's going for NIL in his contract. His name is Manning. His father them is already, up on it. And, it's a business. And this is the downfall of the NFL as we see it. Peace and North Wellness. I'll get back with you guys later. Peace. Like, subscribe to the video, and we'll catch you on the next one.